What's going on, chat? It's your boy, Jimmy Wormy, and I'm back with yet another stream. I almost said video. God damn it. I'm all fucked up right now. Sorry, I'm also checking something out and following stuff. But we got another Chaturday here, guys. We got some stuff to talk about. We got some things to go over. And no, there will not be any Final Fantasy 14 tonight because there's a massive update going on, so I can't play it even if I wanted to. So there's that. But anyways, we got things to talk about, okay? We got things to talk about. We got topics to go over, from Reddit being basically screwed over and well, not getting screwed over, but Reddit being just Reddit's fucked. Let's just say that. There's been some new information that has come out that Legal Mindset found that connects Reddit and Reddit mods to the H3H3 snark, and basically assisting in trying to take down H3H3, and because of that, they're cooked. They are in the legal bag, and they are more than likely going to get sued as well by H3H3. So we got that. I already saw Legendary Scrub ask about it. Is there a second gay prawn? No, there is not. No, because I know what you're alluding to. This is Destiny time, because I'll just say it. It's been confirmed. It has been confirmed that Destiny was communicating with a minor and sharing inappropriate images with a minor. It has been confirmed. And before you go like, oh my God, there's no way it's been confirmed, I'm going to say this. just let me give me 1 second. I'll say this. You want to know how it was confirmed? Because I know you guys are going to wonder, how the hell was this confirmed? Pixie hired a private investigator, found Rose, who lives in Illinois, and got all of her information. At the time of discussing with Destiny, it has been confirmed that she was not 17 years old. It looks like she was actually 16 going on 17. So she was much younger than what we initially thought. And Destiny tried to entice her to come over state lines to do, you know, boink boink time. The same crimes that both R. Kelly and Diddy have been well put away for. So that's going to be nice to talk about. You know, that'll be interesting to discuss. We also got Ghost of Yote, and there was something else that I had planned. What was it? What was it? Ghost of Yote, Reddit. Oh yeah, and we're gonna be reacting to a Rima video, probably to round the night off. It's a 30-minute video, so we'll see how we get there. That's a fast one, you know, just an interesting one. Maybe that's why he was bashing Charlie Kirk. He wanted to make his future cellmate happy. Nah. He was bashing Charlie Kirk because he truly believes it. He believes in terrorism. He wants to do terrorism. That is what Destiny is all about. He wants to force people's entire way of life and wants you to actually like follow through with his way of doing stuff. So there's that. Jeremy, what's a video called about Rima? No, so it's not actually about Rima. Okay, it's not actually about Rima. It is a Rima video. So it's one of her videos. It's called Cheating, Abuse, and Pet Neglect. The VTuber, I can't even say it, Scandal Explained. So we were going to react to that. I wanted to play around with the name. That's why I did that. Saw the Tron film over the weekend. First one I thought was okay. Second one I liked more. And given the leaks that I've seen of for Ares, I'm pretty sure that one's going to be shit. I'm not going to... listen, I think... the truth about Tron, and I do have something for the Tron stuff pulled up. The truth about the Tron movie, before we go too far into this, I don't think it's going to perform, not because of like wokeness or anything like that. There's not an audience for it. Sit there and think about it. The first movie came out in like, that was before Star Wars when the first movie came out. Then you had no movies. And then you got a movie in, what was it, 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. That's when you got a movie. Then no movies. And now another movie in 2025. So there's been such a large gap. There's not really been a fan base built up of Tron. even when like Disney was still decent after the second movie, a couple years later, they put out a Tron TV series, an animated series, but nobody really gravitated towards it and it got canceled. So even when you think about it from that perspective, there's not a fan base. There's people that don't really have like a connection to it. So it's not really going to do anything. It came out in 1982. Jesus Christ. It looks so awful for 1982. True, I haven't heard anyone talking about Tron in real life. Not a whole lot of people do, but... Oh, sorry, hit the wrong button. But I have to give credit where credit's due. This is from the Tesla Optimus Twitter account. And they send an Optimus robot over to the Tron Ares red carpet. I'm sorry, this is cool though. I have to admit, this is cool. I'm gonna pause it just because I don't know if that's copyrighted music, but... I mean, this is kind of cool. Even though you have Jared Leto over here kind of looking like a douchebag. Not arms not in his jacket. Look at him. He kind of looks like a douche. Like, this is all Jared Leto could do. And then it stops because they get the photo. But then I'll say, revealing the... pulling out a Tron Optimus... Not a Tron Optimus robot, but a Optimus robot designed for Tron. That is actually kind of cool. I'll give him credit for that. I guess you're right. Most of the people I've seen making videos about it say that both films have made a cult following. I could agree with that. Like, there is a cult following for Tron. My dad loved the original Tron movie when it came out. That's why we went to go see the other Tron movie. I could never... Tron Legacy? Yeah. We went to go see Tron Legacy in theaters, and I was like, oh, this is cool. That's about it. That was about it. But it did get... I had one song in there that I liked, and it was... Shit, I can't remember the name of it. And I have the song somewhere. If I break the chains that bind you. One day... Da, 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 da. It's when he walks into the arcade before entering into the Tron universe. That's a song I love a whole lot. I just can't think of the name off of it. Outside of that, I thought the movie was okay. But then, like, think about this in Tron Legacy. Spoilers alert, blah, blah, blah. Tron Legacy, All-Star by Smash Mouth? No. It's an older song. Someday love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. Separate Ways. Separate Ways. That's a song I like. Separate Ways. But when you sit down and think about like the actual movie of Tron doesn't show up in the movie. Well, he does. He's a villain throughout the entire movie, and you don't get to see him be a hero. So the movie, it's even bit like the hero of the movie, the actual hero, Tron, is a villain and only becomes a good guy at the end, and you don't really see him be a good guy. Separate Ways. That was the first time I heard that song, and I fell in love with it. Like, I can sit here and say visually, the Tron movies are good. Visually, except for the 80s one. The 80s one, I can't believe it's an 80s movie. The 80s one has aged a lot. Probably at the time, it was visually appealing. Nowadays, though, it's like, cool. Like, who really wanted another Tron movie? If it has a cult following, great. I don't think they're going to perform. But here. You want to know what? I do have this. Before we hit the first big topic. Where did I put it? No, this isn't it. This is Asmon. I have an announcement, guys, for you. I have an announcement from our foremost political thought leader in our current generation. The man that speaks for everybody. Somebody who is so in touch with actual politics. It's amazing. It's so unbelievable. This person is going to be the guiding light in political policy and the changing of the worlds. This will be the man that brings us all together. XQC. XQC. What is XQC's latest brilliant moment and his most political in-depth thought process, crossing our minds and shaping our way of thinking in the world, guys? Well, let's watch this, because he's reacting to a Fox News clip.
Referring to his irreverent memeing, the governor said of his party, Democrats are,
by the way, have it up as loud as I can,
quote, not the most, I don't know, entertaining or humorous folks. So, yeah, because that is definitely true, but I'm thinking that maybe Gavin Newsom is not the answer to that.
Well, it's also, he's so unoriginal.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even his press team trying to copy the way the president speaks and the way he tweets.
Chat, these people are just haters, let's be honest. Like, these are just haters.
Right? Like, they can't do anything.
Is there nothing to talk about on the news? They're just being a hater.
Video game.
Yes. Anybody who has criticisms for Gavin Newsom's current ways of doing things, his stupid memes, his cringe ways and all that stuff, and the fact that he's literally just stealing everything from Donald Trump and being not impressive about it at all, you're just a hater. If you think what Gavin Newsom doing is cringe, you're just a hater.
James is sending men in the direction that we do not want as a country, right? The whole point of President Trump and this resurgence and the fact he's doing so with men is because he's doing manly things.
Guys, it's not because they're on TV chat that they have some level of like, oh, they're more adult, nah, they're doing it right. See, this is like grown ass gossiping haters on fucking live television, having nothing to do with fucking talking shit about what the fuck. These have nothing better to do. These people are fucking zero head.
I understood hater. I understood they're just haters. Guys, if you're criticizing on the news Gavin Newsom and what he's doing, you're just a hater. He's Canadian. That's pretty much on par with being retarded. That's true. Fine, I'll admit to being a hater. Can Newsom resign now? Weasel, you know what? I wish that would work. I wish that would work. I wish that would work, and that was the way it would be. Like, the idea that somebody's just a hater, nah, like there's reasons for actually disliking something, and just saying, well, you're just a hater. You're not intelligent enough to do this. And I'll also say this, I've been thinking this more and more. I find it so odd that people from foreign countries try to talk about American politics that they'll never live under. Take XQC, for example. He'll live in Canada for a long ass time. Why the hell is he talking about American politics at all? He doesn't live here. He's not going to follow under these things. Why aren't you dealing with your own politics? Like, your own political system is what screws you. Your own government tries to off you guys on the daily. Why don't you talk about them? And then this whole thought process, I know I've been called out for having this idea for a while now, that oh, well, it's okay for foreigners to comment on American politics because it somehow impacts them, whatever. Yeah. And then this is an actual thing that happened to me over the weekend. Then you get actual people that glorify 9/11, think that it's good, just, and great, coming over here and saying America shouldn't have guns and advocating that America should get rid of its Second Amendment. You can't square that circle for me. We're relevant to them in their ways that their own country isn't. Isn't that sad, though? Isn't that sad that they would rather come over here? I find it to be a pox, to be brutally honest with you. I find it to be a pox, the idea that somebody in Canada can say something and try to influence our country and our way of doing stuff. I find it to be a massive pox. The fuck is... God damn it, I had a crypto fucking bot account. They're back. Fuck off. Anyways, though, I find it to be a pox because oftentimes the people that come over here to do that, to start advocating on our, even when it's people I like fuck, I can't think of his name. Sargon of Akkad. Even with Sargon of Akkad or Spoon or any people that I like, I also have problems with it because it's like you guys don't live under our system. You guys have your own system you need to actually be trying to like fix and work on. Our system is over here, and I can get that, you know, America leads the way, yada, yada, yada. But then you get actual terrorists trying to do stuff on Twitter and trying to like information war on Twitter to get us to change our laws to benefit them. And it's like, nah, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. Get that shit out of here. Fuck that shit. So I have my reasons for thinking the way I do. It might not be like super strong. It's just when I start looking at it, I find it to be so deplorable. And even me, like, I don't want to talk about Japanese politics. I don't live under Japan's laws. So why should I come out here and say, yeah, Japan should do this, 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 or this? I could say, you know what? I kind of like the new prime minister. I like what she's saying, that Japan's for Japanese. We're not going to be taking in all these people. You know, we're going to be super nationalist. I like that. It's not my country. I would like to go see it, but I can't. I feel wrong trying to advocate for policies in another country or a different way for those people to live because that's not my country. Like, even in the Middle East, I don't want to advocate for the way Middle Easterns to change their ways of living because I don't want to live there. Why the hell would I ever do that? Why would I try to force my will or my thought process onto anything in the Middle East? Now, if the Middle East comes over here and tries to attack us, I say, you know, nuke the place, but that's only in war. I don't want to impose my will on them because I don't want to live there. If I lived there, I would then try to have the place changed for my benefit. But I don't live there. And I don't plan on living there. Japan needs to stay Japanese. I agree. Japan is for the Japanese. And I get my dosage of Japan on the daily. And I love it. But you know what? Speaking of Japan, why don't we talk about the latest game that came out from Sucker Punch all about Japan? Ghost of Yotei. Now, I do know that there's this number going around right now in regards to Ghost of Yotei that they sold about 1 million some copies day one. Some people are saying that it's cleared 2 million sales right now. I have not actually seen any information on this. I know it's about 1 million to 1.5 million is the total sales that it has actually garnered thus far. That's kind of the general idea of what's going on here. But when it comes to Ghost of Yotei, I'm not really shocked at all that the game sold about 1 million to 1.5 million its first weekend. Reminder to everybody, this is the sequel game to Ghost of Tsushima, which is a phenomenal success, a game that that gets massive praise and is just all around beloved by so many people. I'm not really shocked that I glitched up there. I'm not really shocked that the second sequel game got so much praise. So I'm not shocked by that at all. But the thing is, when it comes to this game, it's kind of mid. And I can come over here to Pirate Nation. Now that the dust has settled, what really went wrong? And you can see, you know, Ghost of Yotei right here. And you can see this is, I believe, primarily some of the reviews across Metacritic and IGN, but then like the user audience ratings right here on Google, sitting at a 3.6 out of potential 5 stars, which isn't a bad rating when you take into account that this is out of 5. Okay, that's not bad. But if we're gonna sit here and actually say what went wrong with this game, it's not, you know, the boycott. I could even come out here and say, like, the boycott started so late into the game, it wasn't going to change a whole lot of people's minds. It wasn't going to be that impactful. Me, myself, I don't have a PS5, but even if I had a PS5, I wouldn't buy the game because of what the senior Sucker Punch dev actually said, and the fact that there's Sucker Punch employees that actually agreed with this dev. I actually would be one of the people participating in the boycott because I don't want to support a company that actually wants me dead for my political opinions. But what's really, you know, turning people off is the fact that it's just mid. Like, I can have this right here, and I'm not going to play the music here because I believe it's copyrighted and it's made with Samurai Champloo information. But when you look at this fighting animation, this fighting style, it's really, this is just funny right here, the whole howl thing. But it's not that better than Ghost of Tsushima. Like, the gameplay itself doesn't look as different as Ghost of Tsushima. It's still similar gameplay mechanics, even like the fighting combat. Graphics wise, okay, cool, it's pretty. Gameplay, it's practically the same, but I'm not hearing very many people even talk about the story. Talk about what's really gravitating towards them, what's actually like impressive about it. It's all just look at pretty graphics, similar gameplay to Tsushima, and then mini games. Or you get this, you know, you've all probably have seen this synth potato post right now, praising how good the graphics are in a cutscene, in a cinematic cutscene right here. Yeah, it's so good. Or you might have seen, you know, stuff like this, where people are praising that you can cut bamboo, and that foxes cheer you on as you cut bamboo. Cool. Or you get Mighty Queef over here acting like it's so impressive that when they make you cut bamboo the other way, they make you do other inputs to try to throw your brain off when you're using your non-dominant hand. And it's like, none of this is impressive to me. Okay, this is neat. Cool, neat, impressive. Minigames to the point that you can come over here. You can cook fish. You can cook fish in an impressive way. Awesome. And I had this already pulled up, but I want to show you guys this. And I do think that this is more impressive than what people are giving it credit for. This is Ghost of Yotei and Red Dead Redemption 2 walking on ice animations. And I'm pointing this out because this is supposed to be brand new game, top of the line graphics, top of the line system. They're freaking out that you could cut grass, but when it comes to walking on ice animation, night and day. And there's some people trying to come out here and say, well, it's not that crazy, you know, this game has less money, but this is top of the line. This is brand new, 2025 engines, 2018 engine. 2018 that had better physics than what you're having here in 2025 when you compare the two games. And I'm pointing this out because the review that I still think captures the most, that also got the most hate, is still Kitsu's review. Reminder to people what Kitsu's review was, and I could read it all the way through again for the 50th time. Kitsu's review was very honest, straight to the point. It talked about how there's a lot of that it's just mini games. Not a compelling story. It's practically Tsushima all over again, just with a new coat of paint. There's nothing really impressive here, and it's not really good for what it has. And I have Frank saying, read it. Okay, I'll read it. Played like 4 hours of Ghost of Yotei. The game is aggressively mid, which is the general consensus that I'm getting. The story is alright. Nothing outstanding so far. Average revenge plot. The combat wants to be a duel when you are able to strike, block, and parry, and can learn even more things throughout the game. Cool. You get dual katanas very early on with an option to swap between one blade or two blades. But the game forces you which weapon to use against which enemy weapon. Solo blade against katana wielders, dual blade against spear wielders. The game has way too many gimmicks and mini games that seemingly are only there to show you what the PS5 controller can do and to artificially inflate the time you spend in the game. Instead of feeling immersed, it's unnecessary and literal waste of time. For example, when camping in the open world, you have to start up your own fire by swiping up many times and hitting R2 over and over again. You have to cook your food by using the gyroscope of the controller and physically moving it down. Sure, cute gimmick, but no actual purpose was served. And having to do this every single time is just a waste of time. $80 for this is a waste. Do not spend your money on this. Don't even buy it on a sale, LOL. Just replay the original. And I hear a lot of people trying to freak out that she said $80. You also have to remember Kitsu lives in Germany, so that could be 80 euros for her. It could be a change in game price or whatever. So I'm not really going to freak out about the $80 price tag there. That could be just her European price tag being thrown into all this. When I read this, I don't see any comments about it being woke. I don't see any comments about it being anything to do with the boycott or what Charlie Kirk said. This is straight to the point, and what she's honestly feeling with the game. Not really different. Okay, pretty mini games that a lot of people are saying, oh my god, and they're freaking out about. But even when you come over here to, you know, the one right here, Detective Seeds, who's saying, hey, 10 out of 10 right here. When you click on this, and I scrolled down and I saw this, he ended up saying that, I ended up stopped playing them. I don't know where it is. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I'll do that once for the novelty, realize it's actually boring, and then never do it again. Yeah, I skip it now, LOL. So the whole thing that is being praised here, and I'm not trying to throw shade at this dude right here, okay? I'm not trying to throw shade, but the whole minigame thing, the minigame approach about cooking food, cutting bamboo, doing all that stuff, that whole approach, even people that are playing the game are like, yeah, it's cool. I'm not going to do it again. Okay, so if the story's mid, if the gameplay's mid, if it's just Tsushima, why ever play the game ever again? What's special about the game? What's setting this game apart from everything else? Nothing. At the end of the day, nothing's setting apart from anything else. It's just mid. And that's why a lot of people are saying, yeah, I'm not going to play the game. I'm going to go play Tsushima. I'm going to go do something else. And when it comes to the controversy, let's be honest, guys. What's the controversy really about? It's about people like Mighty Queef. And I know this Detective Seeds guy here is getting a lot of hate. Trust me, I've seen it. But it's people like Mighty Queef. It's people like Synthetic Potato. It's people like that who are coming out here acting like this is a 10 out of 10 game because of mini games and not even talking about the story, not really pointing out much about the gameplay mechanics, not talking about anything else. They're talking about mini games and graphics over and over and over again. And let's be fair here. Mini games and graphics should always be the sprinkles and frosting to that video game cake that you are going to be eating. The cake itself should be the story and gameplay mechanics. Everything else is just the add-ons to make it all the better. So when I take a look at this guy, you can cut grass, you can look at trees, you can cook fish. Bro, I already do all that. Is there any gameplay or story at all? Nobody's really talking about the story, and the gameplay is the exact same from the game prior. That's why people aren't really interested in this. That's why people aren't over here going like, yeah, it's fantastic. The real controversy is always going to be people like Synthetic Potato trying to sit here and tell you that it's a 10 out of 10 game without them actually showing you true aspects of the game itself. That's the real controversy. And that's why people are coming out here and just giving a middling rating. So what if you sold so many copies? You're the sequel to a game that people loved. That was always going to happen. Now it's the real test. Week 2 and week 3. Does the game keep selling copies? As of right now, I don't know if it's actually going to stick. And I think it might just be another game that goes to the wayside. Just a mid game at the end of the day. AAA games taking 5 to 10 years on average to come out. Sometimes it really depends because of all the bureaucracy. And I forgot one of these. What was this guy? Oh, I didn't pull this guy up. Oh, did it again. I didn't pull this guy up. Calling Ghost of Yote woke, but ignoring there's a canonically lesbian character in Tsushima. I haven't seen it be called it woke. Like maybe Synthetic Man has called it woke. To be fair, maybe Synthetic Man. But I really haven't seen people call it woke at all. I've been seeing people call it mid. That's what I've been seeing. And when it comes to like what's going on in Yote right now, there is a boycott. Like there is a legitimate boycott because of this. On both sides, mind you. Remind you, there's lefties and conservatives wanting to boycott this because of this Charlie Kirk situation. But the boycott started like 4 weeks ago. The game was already coming out. There's going to be some people that aren't going to stop their pre-orders or not even care about the whole thing. So the boycott started way too soon. Not a whole lot of people heard about the story. So then the gameplay's still going to, like the game's still going to sell. It's not that crazy. And I know Mighty Queef put out a fucking video, I guess, today talking about the Ghost of Yote controversy. And it's like, the controversy is because of fuckers like you who can never just let somebody say a game's mid. Like, seriously, think about this. The worst thing to happen to AAA games are people like Mighty Keith that have to say every brand new game is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. They say it every single time, and they never come out here and let you say that there's just a mid game. And guys, it's okay if your game's mid. If your game's just mid, that's fine. Mid games happen all the time. There's a lot of games that I play that are just mid. One of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh games. Let me pull it up. It's the Battle City game. Yu-Gi-Oh. I think it's Battle City Tournament. Tournament game. Yeah, Game Boy. That was the Sacred Cards. The Sacred Cards Yu-Gi-Oh game. To be fair, it's a mid game. You want to know why it's a mid game? Because it plays by TV show rules and not actual Yu-Gi-Oh rules. So all the other Yu-Gi-Oh games usually play by Yu-Gi-Oh based rules. So you have like standby and all those phases. You don't have that in this game. This game actually plays by the show rules. And even then, several of the rules, you know, you have to play. The game has different card mechanics and stuff like that. All in all, the game's kind of mid. I enjoy it, but it's a mid game. It's not breaking any records. It's nothing super fantastic. It's just a fun mid game. There's no problem with your game being mid, but these people act like you can't have a mid game. A game being mid is unacceptable. It always has to be 10 out of 10. They reportedly, again, that's not really shocking to me that they might have spent the same amount. Like, oh, great. If the game even makes money, I'll cool. Still a mid game. It's not going to win Game of the Year, and I highly doubt it's going to win, you know, Player's Choice this year. Even if we go, like, I heard about the Golden Joystick drama, which, holy shit, that's so retarded that Claire Obscure didn't go up for Game of the Year. But when you sit down and think about, like, what might win Game of the Year this year, and what might win Player's Choice at the official Game Awards that are still retarded, it's probably going to be Death Stranding 2 that wins Game of the Year, because, one, it's PlayStation, two, it's, what's his name? I just had his name, and I forgot it. Not Tsushima, I almost said Tsushima. Metal Gear. I can't. Kojima. It's a Kojima game. It's a PlayStation game. Hideo Kojima. Yeah. That has the best chance to win Game of the Year because the guy who runs the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley, he has a hard-on for Kojima and PlayStation games. So if a Kojima game comes out, chances are that's going to win Game of the Year. Now, there's also the Metal Gear remake that came out, so that could potentially win Game of the Year, but I have a problem with remakes winning Game of the Year. I do. I don't think that's fair because that game already came out a while ago. It's just a remake. But because Death Stranding and Metal Gear are in the running for what could potentially be Game of the Year this year, they're going to win Game of the Year. One of those two are going to win Game of the Year just because of Kojima and PlayStation. That's why. The Player's Choice, though, that's where the real interest is going to be, and I'm willing to bet it's going to be Claire Obscure. Expedition 33 was a phenomenon, and people still praise that game, so that's probably going to win Player's Choice, so it's not going to be Ghost of Yotei. Yotei won't win Game of the Year, it's just going to go, it's going to be a mid-game, and it's always going to live in the shadow of its predecessor. Tsushima will always be considered the superior game. Yotei won't. Yotei will never be the superior game at the end of the year. But outside of the hardcore pop culture news, why don't we talk about something a little bit more funny? Well, funny, serious. It is serious, but it's funny in the grand scheme of things. Cash Caster member for 15 months says, Weasel said he's gonna watch you from bed. What does that mean? Well, it means that I'm his new aphrodisiac, actually. Apparently he enjoys watching me while he's curled up with his wife. There's that. I hope that is all firmly in your guys' head, that he will be curled up in bed with his wife watching me. Let that sink in. Let that thought process sink in. That they'll be entwined. I'm trying to actually sleep, damn it. I don't believe you. I like to think of myself as a good aphrodisiac, okay? No, God damn it, I'm now hurting myself. But why don't we talk about something funny for a second? Well, we're gonna talk about something funny and serious all at the same time. I'm laughing because, well, it screws over somebody I really don't like. And I think honestly should be taken down a peg. It is a serious topic. Let's not mince words here, act like it's not. But it is slightly funny as well. And that's Destiny. Now, for those of you who've been out of like the whole conversation in regards to Destiny, Destiny is currently going through a very serious revenge porn trial or lawsuit. Now, it is a civil suit. It is not a criminal suit, but it's not getting good for him. And recently, yes, he did file for a dismissal of the charges, but Pixie clapped back, and she clapped back hard. And now I know some people are going to be wondering, why the hell do I have this pulled up from Yeet in regards to all the CP stuff that Destiny was embroiled in? Because, well, it's relevant, but just to give you guys a little bit of a reminder of some of the things that we have gone through right now, this is William Mack calling the cops after Destiny admitted to having CP on his PC.
I didn't know this until way later, but the videos she recorded with other guys, the file names are like screen recording, blah blah blah. And then he shows me a screenshot of the top of a video clip and says her boyfriend was recording these on Skype calls. That's absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this if she was 17. Well, this is insane to me because he's saying Rose's boyfriend recorded CP while sending me a screenshot of the alleged CP. So I asked to confirm if he just did that. If you were sending me this, I'm guessing you still have that video. Destiny replies, depends on why you're asking. But yes, I created copies of all of our messages and everything when that court case started.
And since then, nothing's been good. This was an admission, essentially, that Destiny was holding on to CSAM. CSAM is not something that you can hold on to. It is, in fact, kryptonite. It is something awful. You should not hold on to this. You will be in big, bad trouble. And the fact of the matter that you had this is bad. Furthermore, the identity of the person that he was trading this stuff with is actually relevant to our current story, because that was Rose. Rose was the person who Destiny was sending all the images of Pixie to. Now, I do this all just to remind you, the CSAM, the Pixie story, all this back and forth. It has been confirmed that Destiny was in fact sending images and collecting CSAM from a minor. And it's been confirmed so far because Pixie hired a private investigator to hunt down Rose and to issue a subpoena to Rose to get the full dates. Because one of the other aspects of this trial right now that has been going on is both the age of Rose, and I'm glitching up again. Fuck my system. Is the age of Rose, and also when these things were being sent back and forth, because there's a rule in place called CARDI, I believe that's in federal law, that could debate whether or not Destiny is facing actual, not criminal charges, but if these things could actually be brought up in a civil manner or not. So the date that this stuff was being sent is actually important, is actually relevant. The age of Rose, the dates these were sent, all this stuff is relevant to Pixie's case. And because Pixie found her, found out what the actual dates were, Destiny's screwed now, and it has now been put into court filings that yes, Rose is in fact a minor. But we have this right here from Sarah Fields. According to court filings dated October 3rd, 2025, evidence confirms that live streamer and political commentator Destiny, also known as Stephen Bennell, engaged in sexual relations with a minor and attempted to transport her across state lines. When it comes to the thing about crossing state lines, guys, let's put this into perspective, okay? R. Kelly was put away for things like this. And recently, Another guy that just is now facing, I believe, 4 years, or is going away for 4 years. Diddy just got put away for years because of this exact thing here. So now we have Destiny doing the same thing. Until recently, speculation surrounded whether Rose was a minor, with BONED repeatedly denying these claims in his chat. Recent court documents, specifically page 7 and Exhibit B, redacted official certification of Department of Motor Vehicle Drivers driving record, confirm Rose's date of birth is October 30th, 2024, which aligns with traffic ticket found online. Thus, when BONED was exchanging CSAM content with Rose between March 2022 until October 30th, 2022, Rose was a minor. Rose was a minor, and Destiny attempted to traffic her over state lines, breaking many laws. As a result, a motion to seal the case has been filed. Sealing is deemed necessary to protect Rose's substantially private, I cannot say this word, substantial privacy interests, particularly because she was a minor during the time period relevant to the allegation in the amended complaint. And we can pull this up here and here. I'll open this up in a new tab just to get us a better view. But you scroll down here, and this is the key things right down here. Defendant once again argues that Cardi, which is the law that is, debating whether or not Stephen can be actually brought up on these civil charges or not, does not apply retroactively. Plaintiff has never contended that Cardi 2 applies retroactively, CESF 110, whatever, and thus will not address this argument. In fact, it is plaintiff, not defendant, that has made efforts to obtain evidence from Rose. Plaintiff had hired a private investigator to ascertain Rose's legal identity and location, and has just this week managed to serve Rose with a subpoena to, I cannot say those other two words, and to appear at a deposition. After finally asserting Rose's legal identity, plaintiff has obtained evidence that Rose's date of birth is October 30th, 2004. Thus, when BONED was exchanging inappropriate material with Rose between March of 2022 until October 30th, 2022, Rose was a minor. See Exhibit B. Herefore redacted official certification of Department of Motor Vehicle Driver's License. So the fact that all this is centered around Pixie, okay, this is Pixie utilizing this to take down Destiny. The fact that this is going on right now is huge. The fact that any of this is actually here right now is massive. And you got more information that, yes, this is all Rose. This is all her actual legal dates. This is everything right here. This is all confirmation that, yes, in fact, Destiny was engaging in sending pornographic material back and forth and receiving CSAM while simultaneously sending Pixie's inappropriate images to Rose. Destiny's boned. Destiny is screwed to all oblivion. Destiny is doomed at this point. Will their charges be brought because of this? I don't know. This is a monumental dunk for any actual attorneys general, any actual attorney or prosecutor that wants to get like a massive win for any political reason. This is a massive win for you. So obviously there's an easy attack vector right now to take down Destiny. Easy attack vector. But furthermore, if Destiny goes down, I want to remind people, back when this was all first starting off, and I believe this is back during Pixie, not even during Rose when the CSAM stuff was starting, Destiny said that if he's going down, he's taking 20-some streamers with him. I'm going to come out here and agree with Asmongold, who I'm about to play. I want the Destiny files. But let's see Asmongold say it too.
A lot about the Epstein list. What about the Destiny list? Do you remember this whenever Destiny said, bro, if I need to go on the sex offender list, I'm taking like 20 other streamers with me? Okay, lol W. Please, 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 I am begging, praying, hoping on my knees. Let us know. I want to know it. I want to know, because think about how many videos that's going to be for me. Please do it. When are you going to do it, Minnie?
I'm pausing real quick. I was taking a swig of water when he was talking about that. Listen, I'm agreeing. Think of how much content will be made when Destiny releases the Destiny list. I want the Destiny list. Come on, Destiny. Let's do it. You're going to be going down, buddy. Let's release the Destiny files, because I'm willing to bet there's so many interesting people on here. Let's do it. Let's grow. So much content to be made at the expense of others, yes, but at the same time, so much content.
Such cases? Yeah, what the fuck, he said that? No, I what a weird thing to say. I don't know who's gonna be on the list. Like anybody, well, you guys know. Here's the truth, right? You guys know I don't deal with stuff like that, right? You know I don't. You know, I'm an edgy guy. I, love, raunchy humor and stuff like that. But when things approach real life and it's interactions with human beings and people are hurt and there's actual victims to things, then my mindset begins to change, right? Then I start thinking about things differently. And at least 5 years ago, exactly. And yeah, I think you're safe. I mean, well, it's hard. Yeah, it's kind of the thing for me, right? I mean, and I've got, what if your friends were on the list? If my friends were on this list that Destiny has, I would say that I want it released even more.
If it doesn't matter who's on the list, okay? Doesn't matter who's on this list. I want it. You want to know why I want it? Because if Destiny's protecting 20 other streamers who might have inappropriate material or might have done things similar to what he has done, let's pull it out. Let's bring them to light. Let's see them. Because there's a lot of people in Destiny's orbit that are being sketchy, that are being weird, that are being creepy. Because I have this clip from Not So Erudite, who's a dum-dum, just peak dum-dum. I want you guys to just see this clip real quick, because it's an interesting clip. Okay, this is an interesting clip from a recent interview that Not So Erudite was doing.
Hey, I'm bringing you in. Cam up, and I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Okay, she's running to the bathroom. But this is where it goes.
All right, no problem. Okay, so I think Destiny is a pedophile. He should go to jail. He sexted a minor. Rose was 17 when he sexted her. And he has porn of her on his computer. Don't let him tell you, oh, I don't have porn on my computer. He had access to hard porn on his computer, and he doesn't have a problem with that. He's a...
Who just kicked him? Who just kicked that dude? If she's gone, who just kicked him? Magically gone. Not So Erudite was one of the first people that came out when all this started up. Not So Erudite did the interview with Turkey Tom, trying to cover for Destiny when the Pixie stuff started. There's a lot of people that are trying to cover up what's been going on with Destiny right now, what Destiny has been doing, and again, I'm lagging up because fuck my computer. There's a lot of people trying to stop all this stuff from actually coming out right now. I want to know if they're on the list. If Not So Erudite's on this 2020 streamer list, I want it out because she's one of the people trying to defend Destiny and cover all this shit up. You shouldn't get away with covering this shit up. You should pull it out now. And if you're on that list, I want you brought up on charges as well. I want to know why you were on there. I want to know what you were doing. And more than likely, I want you brought up on charges as well. Because this whole thing is screwed up and disgusting in so many different ways. Bob's and lasagna? Yes. That was a H1B voice if I've ever heard it. Hail, Irish Whips, how you doing? That was an H1B voice if I've ever heard an H1B voice. And I've heard some H1B voice. I'm serious, though. Think about it. Destiny's defending 20 potential predators. 20 potential predator streamers are being protected by Destiny right now. We know that Destiny has CSAM because it's on his computer. We also have evidence that Destiny does not have a good lawyer. could have kicked him from her phone. Possibly, but I doubt it. Just got here, Dermy? Yeah. Oh, shout out to you, Irish Whips. Thank you so much. It's possible she could have, but I don't know. Over 50% of truck drivers in CA. Yeah. He was a truck driver from California. That's right. No, Not So Erudite has been one of the sketchiest motherfuckers during this whole thing. Even Dan Saltman, who's one of the individuals that was really out here defending Destiny during the Pixie shit, even he's jumped ship. Not So Erudite is one of those people not willing to jump ship. Same with, what were they? Abba and Preach. Abba and Preach haven't been wanting to jump ship either. Abba and Preach have actually been defending Destiny even during the CSAM shit. I'm not even joking. They came out here to defend Destiny during CSAM. I think there's a lot more people on there that we don't realize. Jeremy, have you heard about the Roblox Predator news? I was hearing about what was going on there. Not fully, like I heard about that news as it was coming out, but I wasn't really following it. So I know that they banned somebody who was a predator hunter from Roblox, and that's about it. That's about all I know for sure that they did on Roblox. I don't know the full in-depth detail about that. But hey, I wonder, does Destiny have a Roblox account? Just say, I'm just asking questions, okay? I'm just asking questions. Wouldn't shock me though. But okay, now we got Destiny out of the way. What was this? Oh, here. You know what? This is a good primer. This is a good primer before we go into the other thing, because I saw this. Why don't you react to this on stream? By the way, I miss Yeet being called the TMZ for streamers. I miss that. I don't like news for and about streamers. I find that bad. Ethan Klein responds to iDubbbz and Anissa claiming they always hated him and the show. The lies. God damn. iDubbbz looks so fucking greasy here. He looks so greasy and nasty here. Jesus Christ. Take a shower, dude.
Forgot what year we're in. It's 2021. You can't shit talk your best friend and just act like it's all sunshine and rainbows. That's not gonna happen. I don't know what world they're living in.
But anyway, he's doing some shit, but I mean, call me his best friend. Even jokingly, right? If he's being like hyperbolic, then it still means something, doesn't it?
Leave it.
Shit, that's fat Ethan Klein right there. That's Fat Klein. Goddamn, Fat Klein. Fat Klein looks healthier than Thin Klein. Thin Klein looks like he's on death's door. Fat Klein at least looked alive. iDubbbz, iDumb, yep.
Still means something to me.
Bond.
You know, dumbass, weirdo, freak, loser, stink, low IQ, caveman, virgin.
Do you think iDubbbz is a virgin? Like, seriously, think that through. Do you think iDubbbz might be a virgin? Do you think he ever actually has had sex with Anissa? I don't think he has. I think Anissa finds him repulsive because half the stuff that we learn about from iDubbbz, half the like the really embarrassing shit from iDubbbz that we learn about comes from Anissa. And reminder, guys, Anissa's willing to shave for OnlyFans, but not for iDubbbz. She's willing to shave her pits, her nasty bits, and all that stuff for OnlyFans, but never iDubbbz. I don't think iDubbbz has ever actually gotten to have sex with his wife. I don't believe it. And we've learned about like iDubbbz pooing himself a lot from Anissa. We learned about iDubbbz full on having piss breath and all sorts of nasty shit from Anissa about iDubbbz. Like some disgusting shit. God damn, the things that we've learned.
Let's see, iDubbbz, blah, blah, blah. All the times Anissa glazed us on social media. These are great to review. Anissa, who's never liked us, yet despite coming on our show all the time, saying that the H3 community is the last same place on the internet, and she loves them so much because they're so supportive of her. Says, I'm so excited. This is from 2023. I'm so excited to go on the H3 podcast again.
Did you hear piss breath? Oh, yes. You heard piss breath. Yeah, piss breath is an actual thing. Dude, the things that I know about iDubbbz now is shocking. So I might have to play this sometime. I might. I don't like playing Kino Casino though. And it's not that it's not because I don't like Kino Casino. I love Kino Casino. I mean because they're not really reactionable. If you think, get my words right, like they're reacting to something else and opining on it. I was watching Kino Casino and they were reacting to iDubbbz's boxing coach and Anissa's boxing coach coming out onto H3H3's podcast and doing an interview with him. They said so much crazy shit. It's ridiculous. There was a time where iDubbbz would have like 2 boxing lessons a day. 2 a days. So what he would do is come in the morning, do his boxing match, go home, and then come back. And in that period of time where he's home for I don't know how many hours before his next match or his next training session, he wouldn't have showered at all. And he reeked. He was sweaty and nasty. And the boxing coach even talked about it. Like it was bad. It was bad how disgusting he smelled. Then the boxing coach even talked about how your breath stinks, dude. It smells awful. And he's like, no, all I have is like throat stones or whatever it is, like stones in his throat that are causing him to have bad breath. And he's like, you only get that if you don't brush your teeth, dude. You don't brush your teeth. You are disgusting. iDubbbz can't be a virgin because he has taken many things up as, oh, that's true. You know what? That's a good one, bro. That is true.
Socials get a lot more fun and welcoming after the last time I was invited on because I got so many new followers from it. And literally all of you are so nice.
And I really only pulled this up because there's an update here. Okay? There's an update to the H3H3 stuff right now. So as time has gone on between H3H3 and his recent lawsuits that have been going down, both Denims, Krogan, and Caseytron, who apparently is a 40-year-old person that's 28 or 30 something, like god damn, god, time has not been kind to Caseytron. New information has come out, guys, about all this. Said information ended up being that Reddit mods, actual Reddit employees, were in communication with the H3H3 snark, trying to help take down H3H3. And I think I have the right one here. Denims and Reddit in trouble. I think this is the correct one. This might not be it. Let me double check. Because there was 2. And I wanted the shorter one. Let me just make sure I'm grabbing the right one. Here's the one I wanted. Reddit is cooked, which I have it right here. Because there's the long one and then this one. But Reddit is legally cooked is the one that I was wanting. This is the fast facts from Andrew Esquire, aka Legal Mindset. So why don't we take a look at what he has to say on all this, shall we?
It is absolutely legally cooked. We're going to get into a bombshell leak that will change everything today on the Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge.
Ooh, that's a new one. I like this new one. I like this newer one a little bit better than his old one. I would actually probably just me throwing this out here, LM. Okay, just listen to me. I know you're with Mythic. You're this big mega lawyer and an awesome talent. Everybody loves you. Mix in your old intro music to this one. I think that would have been a whole lot better because I like your old intro music a little bit better.
All right, so we've been going through the case of Ethan Klein versus the orbiters of Hassan, including the Reddit mods. And in that, we've been looking at what's going on with them and also their legal liability. And we now have a leak, something that was brought to my attention, and something that, as far as I know, nobody else may know about this, although Ethan Klein will soon be very, very, very aware of this, and I'm sure his lawyers are going to be very, very interested in this because it blows wide open this case. Once again, Ethan Klein suing for copyright infringement, and he has massive power behind that lawsuit.
Now, I already know, and I've already kind of told you what that big leak was. It was that Reddit employees were working with the H3H3 snark to try to attack and defame Ethan Klein himself. And a lot of those people, I believe, were also in cahoots with like Casey Tron, Krogan, Denims, and all this stuff. So that's like the big leak there. And obviously, LM here will go into a much deeper dive into what it is that I'm mentioning here. But the reason that is so important and relevant is back during, like at the start of all this, you know, with the CPS calls, the beginning with all the skulls being sent to his house and all the chaos that was going on there because of Hassan's orbiters and the H3 snark. Ethan thought and claimed that Reddit is part of the problem here, that there's Reddit in people like all over this stuff. Reddit employees and stuff are all involved, but they kept saying, no, we're not involved. We're not involved. We're not involved. All while at the same time, they would take down anything that Ethan Klein would start, you know, like maybe a Denim snark or a Hassan snark or anything like that. But whenever H3H3 talked about, hey, his snark is getting very bad or anything like that, Reddit would refuse to get involved and go like, no, we can't get involved. We can't get involved at all, guys. It's impossible for us to get involved. It's not our jurisdiction right there. So if there's actually cahoots going on right here, and we have proof that they're actually working together, this blows it up so much more, and Ethan Klein's going to have a lot more fun times.
Because the damages are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, potentially millions, right? If you look at scope of damages from all of these creators, leeching revenue, leeching potential sponsorships, etc., taking his content wholesale, he's got massive, massive liability. There's even potential punitive damages based on the intent, right? Based on the fact that these people had malicious intent to steal his content.
Okay, I know what he's saying right there, and I'm letting him speak. I have a problem though. Every time I watch LM's videos or streams, bro, I need you to get a new mic because my ADD brain starts firing up and I start just focusing in on your levels right here. I just start watching your levels as they constantly adjust. Please get a new mic. Just my ADD brain can't take it.
So looking at that, we had Reddit mods that were in this case, right? Because we obviously know Casey Tron, Denims, Frogan, all of these.
Damn. I have to point it out again. Casey Tron is like 32, something like that, but she looks 40, almost 50 years old. If she doesn't have makeup on, she's hideous.
Casting characters are liable, but the Reddit mods are a big part of this. This is, by the way, totally not AI and totally an accurate photo.
I believe you.
Of a Reddit moderator. I think it's very much real to life. But the Reddit moderators were hoping to hide. They were hoping to cower beyond their, behind their internet anonymity, right? They have power in the fact that they are anonymous and that nobody knows them and they can reach out and say things and do whatever. But now they're being exposed. Now they're being called out and they are terrified. They're absolutely scared that they're going to be exposed in this, and they filed them.
Damn it, Weasel. Damn it, Weasel. Now I can't unsee it. Listen, I love the dude. I've met him in person. He's a super cool, chill dude. But I kind of get used to his happy eye.
Motion of 700 pages trying to hide from responsibility. Well, that's not going to happen. Their identity is going to come out. And one thing that's been coming out is who these people are exactly. And the big news is that beyond all comprehension, we now have proof that Reddit is directly tied to these moderators, which are going to be sued. So let's.
Okay, again, my brain, like I'm trying to be honest here. I'm trying to just get the information out there. Did he just say pied or tied? I'm convinced he just said pied to the everything, but I think I could be wrong. My brain could have just like fried there for a second. So there's that. That's like a guard switching a security camera off and letting a crime happen. Shake my head, Reddit. Oh, dude, Reddit is filled with stuff like that. Reddit is filled with such vile shit because the moderators control everything on Reddit. Reddit mods are the worst individuals ever. This picture right here, it's not AI. There's a real Reddit mod that looks like this, and they think they are God's gift to humanity. They have so much power, it's ridiculous, but in reality, they are people like this. They are fat loser slobs in somebody's basement. They don't take care of themselves, but they feel like they have so much power. They feel like they're gods. They feel like they could do anything in the world, when in reality, they're scumbag. Like next level scum of the earth. Some of the worst individuals out there. That's why I've always come out here and said Reddit is only valid for two things in this world. Schizo posts that you can laugh at and prawn. That's it. There's nothing else that's of value on Reddit. It's schizo posts to laugh at and prawn. That's it. Everything else on Reddit is managed by fat, out-of-weight losers like this that, to be honest with you, you might think that these are man boobs because they're fat. In reality, these are moobs because they're on HRT. This here is probably a woman for all you know.
Go into here to this. So these are screenshots that were forwarded to me. Now you have one of these individuals here, one of these mods, nicknamed Roman P, who's listed in the lawsuit, right? So we're gonna look at these text messages or these screenshots, which were sent over to me before they were deleted, right? Because once again, they were going back and deleting and sweeping these things up. But now we've got conclusive proof here that kind of nails them in here. So them saying, so he thinks he could sue Aspen and XQC, but he doesn't want to sue them. Why? Surely the reaction videos stole more views from him. Is this kind of admission he doesn't care about any potential financial damage, only about his personal beef? And then someone responds, did you know you're mentioned in the lawsuit? Just clicked on the first one, skimmed around it, and saw Roman P. So this moderator, this is the head moderator of this subreddit, is named. And they go, oh my God, thank you for telling me. This is the funniest shit ever. I can't believe this. Well, guess what? Guess what? It's not going to be funny for them for very long. It's funny for me. It's hilarious for me. Then you've got them over here.
I mean, it's hilarious for all of us. Let's be real fair here. Any Reddit mod being named in this and potentially taking more of this stuff out and, benefiting Hassan, not Hassan, but Ethan at the end of the day. Yeah, that's going to be funny for all of us right here. And it's better in the grand scheme of things because take these losers down a peg. They are not God's gift to the world. They're not even good enough to be God's shit. They are some of the worst things that have ever happened on this planet. God debates every single day whether or not to begin the apocalypse now solely because of Reddit mods.
Saying, I can't believe you're outing yourself like this. Classic mistake of criminals returning to the scene of the crime. Roman P says, cat's out of the bag. Now the real fun begins. So they're pretending they're going to have fun here now that they're named in this lawsuit. This is going to be fun for them. Certainly, this is not going to be fun. We're going to see why. Next, you see here some cast of characters, including a very well-known Hassan Orbiter and Stan here, who's saying, we're going to build a shield wall for you. Roman P thanking this questionable individual, who is definitely...
Oh, that's bad empanada. Oh, that's bad empanada over there. Yeah, that's really somebody you want to be in bed with right there. That's a smart idea right there. Holy crap balls. Opening up the bad empanada pipeline would be a crime. Like, that dude schizo out the bag. You think people like, what was his name? Mike from PA is bad? He's nothing compared to Empanada over there. Empanada's an actual terrorist, like an actual advocate for full-fledged harm to befall so many people. He is schizoed out the wazoo.
A separate person and not me on just another one of my sock puppet accounts. Well, if that was actually the case and you were this individual, that would be even worse for Reddit because it'd have some negligent hirings, all sorts of other stuff going on if that was the case. But
oh, please, please, please. You know what? If Bad Empanada is actually this person, that would be the funniest shit ever. Please let that be real.
But once again, associating with some questionable characters and then going even further, showing the lawsuit, showing exactly where they are named. So highlighting that user, use/Roman P, which is there amongst others like _right Salamander and H3 Snark mod team. So they're clearly named in the lawsuit, right? Clearly named in the lawsuit. But here is the real bombshell, folks. Here is the thing that blows this case wide open and can lead to the absolute destruction of Reddit. This could be enough to tear Reddit down.
Listen, Ellum, I love you, buddy. I love you. But enough of the foreplay. Let's get straight into it. I want that ball slapping action. Let's go, Ellum. Let's go.
Whole institution. If Ethan decides to pursue it aggressively, which, you know, he has no reason not to at this point. Let's flip over here. You have an admission, a 100% confession right here. They're saying concern level for you. This whole thing is so odd. Roman P, once again, the head moderator, saying not concerned at all, balancing working at Reddit and being the head moderator for H3 Snark has kind of been stressful, though. We have a confession right in front of everybody, in front of God and everybody, that the head moderator is a Reddit employee.
So I already, told you about that. I already gave you your finale right there. But we'll keep going it on. I'm going to say this, okay? Maybe Ellum's going to debunk what I'm about to say, what I'm about to, spew out into this world. Maybe he's going to debunk this and say, hey, that there's still legal actions that can be tackled here. There's still things that you could be doing. I don't know. If I'm going to be good faith Gary, just the guy throwing the question out there, okay? I want this to be true. Trust me, I want this to be true. But my brain's over here what if what they're saying is that they work on Reddit pages a whole lot? Not concerned at all, balancing working at Reddit. Maybe that means that, hey, he's working on multiple different moderator pages, multiple different things. Maybe he's getting stuff for that. That's just me throwing that out there. That's just me saying it because sometimes I say, hey, I work at YouTube or I'm working at my YouTube channel or stuff like that. Let's just, just throwing that shit out there. Maybe that's the case. I'm not, again, as of right now, this thing right here is still legally actionable and it's still something to be, hey, Reddit, is this true or not? Let's dive in. Because if it is true, you are allowing some actual heinous shit to go on here, even though you guys said that you weren't allowing it. So that is seriously fuck up there. So it is still hey, something that can be done with. I'm just saying maybe he misspoke. That could end up being the legal defense. That's just me throwing it out there and throwing out, I have to rain on everybody's parade just a little bit.
Is working at Reddit. This person, which has civil liability now and potential, and once again, once we dig, there may be criminal stuff that comes out. Who knows, right? They are on the hook for this.
Please let it be true. Please let it be real. Please let me speaking something into the ether not actually come true. Except for this last little bit that I do want to come true. Please let it be Bad Empanada because that would be funny. Oh, God. To everybody that's watching this or watching this on the replay or watching this as the upload, Bad Empanada is some sort of nightmare fuel. There are loads of vile, monstrous people in this world. Bad Empanada takes the cake on that one. Bad Empanada, they broke the mold creating awful with Bad Empanada. The things that he says, the things that he advocates for, the things that he does. Holy shit balls. You want to talk about misinformation, fake news, and awful, atrocious shit? He makes both Destiny on his terrorist dark and Hassan, who supports terrorists and saying all the heinous shit, look like kindergartners compared to what Bad Empanada says on the daily. That would be the funniest thing ever if he actually works for Reddit. I would be laughing my ass off if he actually worked there.
And they have put Reddit in a horrible position, particularly because we had the separate filing disclosure where we had Reddit admins offering us free subscriptions to privacy software to remove our PII from the internet in case we're doxxed and harassed. So this is called scrubbing evidence. They're deleting evidence, spoliation of evidence. This is potentially criminal, even. And we want to know, is this the admin, Roman P., the employee of Reddit, that was offering the PII software? Are there others involved? These are all things that Ethan Klein can now dig into freely. His lawyers and Ethan Klein's infinite money glitch can go out there and dig into this and figure this out. And in case you guys understand the legal concept here, because of course we're on the legal mindset. We are always both educational and entertaining, which is why, by the way, this is a fast facts video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. Make sure you like the video and leave a comment below if you like this type of content and you like us exposing.
Please leave a like, comment below on both my video and his video. I will always have a link in the description down below because it is always good because I love LM content. Again, he recently got signed over at Mythic. Shout out to him. That is a monumental success. But it's time for the actual factual stuff here that my brain's going to be like, oh, I didn't know this. And he might actually debunk what I just said. So that'll be interesting.
Giant leaks like this. So let's get into this. Vicarious liability. What does that mean? And of course, I'm very familiar with this as a corporate attorney. I still am a practicing corporate attorney. Employers are responsible for the harmful actions of employees, even if not directly at fault. So this is one of the reasons why in the recent times, people should be firing dangerous employees, because a dangerous employee, let's say you're a violent employee or a crazy employee, you don't want those employees around because of vicarious liability, because you can be responsible for the actions of those employees. If they go out and do something crazy, you might be on the line for them. Just like this, exactly like this.
And reminder, when it came to this thing right here, employers are responsible for harmful actions of their employees. This whole thing, what he's talking about right here, this was the big thing that was going on after he was saying recent things, but the Charlie Kirk stuff. The reason a lot of people were getting fired for what they were saying is because how detrimental it is to be saying that openly, and all the criminal liabilities that your company can then incur. If you keep that person on and they go out there and do something really stupid, you can be held responsible for what they did as well. That's why people were coming out here firing individuals. That's why when you see people are saying, well, you should be fired for all this stuff, there's an actual reason to terminate them at that point in time. You are also held legally and legally liable for their actions that they take place because you knew they were crazy schizos out there. Good morning. Oh, good night, Dermy. My brain fried right there because I'm not crazy schizo, but I'm on par. Good night, Irish Whips. You have a good one, buddy. But anyways, like the reasons they were getting fired was because of this. And there's a lot of people that don't get that. There's a lot of people that say, no, you should be able to say whatever it is that you want to say and not lose your job. In a perfect world, yes. In an ideal world, yes. But if you're out there advocating for heinous actions to occur, like a lot of these Reddit moderators were when it came to Ethan Klein, you become liable for that stuff if you are aware they are doing that and heinous actions do occur. That is stuff that's seriously important right there. And that's why people were losing their jobs during the whole Charlie Kirk thing. There's actual reasons for all this shit.
You have an unhinged Reddit mod, which once again is a massive, massive risk. If it's somebody like this, you've got to fire them. You've got to get rid of them because they've now endangered your entire company. All of Reddit is at stake because of what they've done. They're completely open to discovery. They're completely open to liability. And because of this proof that they provided that software, they're going to be on the line for potentially a massive amount. And once again,
Hey, we already know Denims, Frogan, and Casey Chong, they don't have a whole lot of money. Okay, they really don't. They have very minimal amount of money. They could barely even muster up a whole lot of money to help pay for fund their lawsuit. So all that money that they have right now is going to go into the pockets of Ethan Klein. And we're about to see Reddit is probably going to be owned by Ethan Klein by the end of all this now, because you always go after the big fish. Yeah, you're going to want to still go after those small little fish, you know, Frogan and all them. You're still going to want to go after them because screw them, why not? You want to also get the big fish involved, which the big fish here would be Reddit. And that's a lot of money right there that Ethan's just looking at going like my infinite money loop. It's wonderful.
That liability and discovery could destroy Reddit as a company. But what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think Reddit is going to go down? Would you like to see Reddit go down?
Yes.
I want to know what you think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one.
Yes, I would like to see Reddit go down. I would love to see Reddit go down. Reddit going down would be the funniest thing ever, because just think of how much unhinged schizos that think that they're God's gift to the world would immediately realize how irrelevant they truly are if they're not Reddit mods or working for Reddit. They would be the funniest meltdowns across blue sky, because they're never gonna go on fucking Twitter. They're Redditors and blue skyers at the end of the day. It would be hilarious to see it go down. Simultaneously, yes, I do think Ethan Klein probably does have claims here. I think this dude probably fucked up. There might be a little weaseling maneuver that they can use, but as of right now, you know, even thinking there and steel manning my own argument, because I always like to steel man. I don't try to straw man. If I'm even thinking about it, still, you would get Discovery. If they said that they are a part of your team, if they are an employee and they were giving this stuff all out to you, you now get to discover that, and hey, maybe it turns out that they're not involved at all. Maybe they were saying the same thing that I was. Maybe what I threw out there is the truth, that they just misspoke and they said something stupid. But if it is true, there's so much money to be gotten. It'll be funny. Having admin privileges into a system with PII has an assumed responsibility to protect the PII, and limited liability won't protect malicious actors. Oh, there's plenty of malicious actors involved in this weasel, but as it stands right now, I'm loving this. I don't follow I follow the Ethan Klein stuff just a little bit, not as much as I follow like Destiny or Hassan, but the Ethan Klein stuff, there's always something funny involved. And I enjoy it so much because it just keeps getting better and better as the time goes on. But let me get your guys' thought. And as always here, I will also drop this into the chat real quick. Please check out the video, leave a like, sub to LM, and leave a comment and tell him Dermy Wormy sent you. I greatly appreciate it. I really do like LM content, so I try to pull that up as much as possible because, again, he's an actual lawyer. I could say all sorts of stuff, but at the end of the day, I have no like legal knowledge on this stuff. I just have what I've gathered from like watching Potentially Criminal, Uncivil Law, Andrew Esquire, and the Nose from the times when he wasn't, you know, a coke fiend and a retard. So there's all that, but there's this other video that I would like to watch more of, but Reddit mods. Oh God, Reddit. The bane of all human existence. The absolute bane of all human existence. They think that they're hot shit and they're God's greatest gift to the world, but in reality, they're not. But you retained me as my lawyer. Did you fuck up? No, you didn't fuck up at all. You didn't fuck up at all. You just can't sue me for anything that happens. You know, you can't sue me. I am not liable for any wrongdoing that befalls you at all. Don't come to me. I have, what is this? What is this? Okay, here, I'm gonna show this. I can't remember which. I think, no, this isn't who. God damn it, I know this is a phase girl. I can't think of her name, and it's bothering me. Shit, it's gonna bother me that I can't think of this one's name. This is a Phase Connect girl, and I was watching this real quick just to see what it was. You can live with that? Well, I can deal with that. But I don't remember. God, I want to say it's Lizzie, but I know that's wrong. I know her name is not Lizzie. It's bothering me that I can't remember her name. I know Pippa. I know Tenma. I know Peckamore. I want to say Emiru, but I know that's wrong. It's Emi Amasami. I can't remember this one. I can't remember her name, but I've seen her model because it's so fucking good. Also know Lumi. I know her name. It's in the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it right now. But I was watching this. This is kind of funny.
Green flag, she likes fighting games? No. You've got it all wrong.
Sorry again for it being quiet. I'm trying. It's not Hideo Kojima. No, it's not Hideo Kojima.
You're thinking ideals. Yes, it would be great to find a girl who has played Street Fighter since the arcade machines. Do you know how rare they are, though? Most girls who like fighting games like Guilty Gear Strive. They don't even like the old Guilty Gear games. They like Strive specifically.
I agree. Most girls that like fighting games, they've never played Street Fighter. They've never done any of that stuff. They like all the other stuff. God damn it. It's breaking my brain that I can't remember her fucking name. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. What is this? My join face connect. Okay. I know that's... it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me to the end of times. What is this? Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Pippa, why? Pippa, why?
You know, I have a lot in common with Hitler. I also faked my death. And I didn't get into art school. Yeah, I wanted to do musical arts. I fancied myself a musician. What do I play? Dead.
God damn it. Why are Phase Connect girls so... Why are they like this? Why are Phase Connect girls like this? Why are they like this? And I'm not out here like trying to be, oh my God, I can't believe they're like, oh no, I'm like, they're so unhinged, but I love it. I love them. They are fantastic. Lumi, Pippa, all the Phase Connect girls. I know there's one that is sketchy. There's one. Yeah, there's one, and I have the evidence for it. But almost all the Phase Connect girls are like this, and I love it. I can never get enough of the Phase Connect girls. By the way, this is popping off a little bit more. I want to show this, and then I'll get into the Rima video. I have a rant. You know what? I might record this rant. Yeah, I'm gonna record this rant. But I have more proof as to why I hate anime tourists. I hate anime tourists so fucking much. I hate them so much. It's insane. Because the biggest problem with anime tourists is the fact that they will go out of their way to take IPs and try to twist it to merge with whatever political position they have at this point in time. Doesn't matter if it doesn't make any factual sense. It doesn't matter if it's not even relevant. They will do everything in their possible power to ruin so much content just to manipulate it and twist it to support their own ends and means. And what am I talking about? Talking about this, where there's schizo psychopaths out there. Psychopaths that will come out so far as to try to take One Piece, to twist it and manipulate it to their own fucking ends. I think so, Legendary Scrub. I was scrolling through some political tweets and just came across the image below. Do you think Oda would approve of the actions shown here? That flag. Shoot down. Oh, shoot down that flag. No! You want to know why I don't think Oda would approve of this? Because Oda... Not saying Oda's pro-Israel or anything like that. It's because it doesn't even fly with what Oda believes in life. Oda's talking about a fantasy world, not the real world. Oda has completely different belief structures to all of you fucking psychopaths. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't like it when you guys come out here, take his IP, and try to bend it and manipulate it to fit whatever sort of sketchy shit that you have in life. And the fact, I'm gonna say this right now. Translating One Piece news randomly. Big fan of Oda's interviews. I'm native Japanese, but usually tweet in English. Seeing that you're a translator for One Piece right here really pisses me the fuck off. Really screams and boils my gears. Because there's no fucking proof or evidence that Oda would ever support this or that Luffy would ever do this. But furthermore, you want to know why else I hate tourists and why I despise them so much? Is what this twat nugget tweeted out next. Oda might approve it or not. We can't say for sure, but Luffy definitely will do it. No, he wouldn't. Luffy wouldn't do this in the slightest. You want to know why? Because Luffy would go over to the Middle East, he would look at both sides, immediately punch out the leaders of both sides, and then try to get rid of Hamas worth every fiber of his being, because guess what? Luffy wouldn't support psychopaths, nightmare creatures coming out here and utilizing children as human shields. That's not something Luffy would support. Luffy wouldn't do that ever. And the moment that he saw that, he would destroy anybody doing that. He would make them regret living. And in fact, if Luffy was there probably would be peace in the Middle East, because both sides would quit fighting because all the bad guys would get beat the fuck out. He wouldn't pick one side or the other. In fact, it would probably end up being more like the end of Skypiea, where he takes out the actual problematic individuals, and at the end of the day, both sides are all happy and healthy and everything like that. That's probably what would have happened. He wouldn't have picked a fucking side. But these psychos, these losers, these people that need politics to permeate their very being, always have to come out here and take something that's so beautiful, so wonderful, and twist it and manipulate it in order to fit their weird fucking agendas. And it's why I hate tourists. I hate them so much with a fiber of my goddamn being. It's ridiculous. These people are insane. These people are awful. They always want to come out here like that fucking tourist I pointed out a while back. They want to say, well, One Piece is political because people take it, twist it, and use it for their own political agendas. That's proof. So then that means Pokemon's political because DHS did the same thing. No, that's not the same. That's not the same. That's not the same. It has to be. But these schizos, these nightmares, these awful human beings can't understand one day without something being twisted to fit their own agenda. Fuck them all. I hate them. I want them gone from existence. I want them permanently removed from society because they aren't allowed to participate in this stuff anymore. They ruin it. I hate them. I hate them so much. Every fiber of my being makes me despise them. They're sick, twisted fucks that need to go outside and touch real grass for once in their fucking life and quit being terminally online. That's coming from me. God. I hate him. I hate Hassan. I hate anybody that ever thought that this was a good idea. Oh my fucking God. Luffy also would not support this Hamas terrorist, so stop this bullshit. I can't reply to you bots one by one, so here's my response. I can't scroll down to show off the response because it's children. It's starving children. You are a sick, twisted fucker. I hate you because then you're doing everything I just said. You're trying to utilize twisted ideology to prove a point. Then when people call you the fuck out, you go around there and try to gaslight and manipulate them into feeling sorry for shit. Fuck you. Anime is a fantasy and to be entertaining. Yes, I agree. At the same time, I can point out, like, Oda has decent life lessons within One Piece. Life lessons. Interesting lessons. Things to grow with. Things to identify with and to actually sit there and think about. Again, there was somebody that pointed it out. It was epic philosophy is what they actually called it. That's what Oda is really good at. He's epic philosophical, where it's making you think about stuff. He's not taking a side during any actual political discourse, anything like that. He's making you sit down and think about what it is to do in this situation here, 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 here. He doesn't even take a... I glitched up, glitching. That might be because my computer shut down improperly the past couple of days, but anyways, that's because my power's gone out the past couple of days. Anyways, though, Oda sits there and proposes a question and then has you try to figure out what the correct path is. Okay, that's the main thing there. He does it in an entertaining way. He does it uniquely and makes you actually sit there and question your life, your ability to interact in the world and fuck the bots. But like a good example of this has always been, this is a quote from Oda himself, okay? This is an exact quote. He has said, when all said is done, when you get into, you know, I don't know what that is. Oh, wait, no. I don't know what that is. Anyways, when you get into like the actual Void Century, I know there's some spoilers, not a whole lot, but when they tackle the Void Century and the Ancient Kingdom and all that, and like the creation of the world government, Oda has said you are going to be questioning who's actually the bad guys in all this. Is the world government actually bad, or have they been led astray from their overall goal? He's going to make you sit there and question, was Joy Boy, the guy we've been told was this, he failed in the Void Century, he was originally fighting the world government. He said, hey, Joy Boy, was Joy Boy a good guy? Or was he misguided? Those are things that Oda has said will happen in the story. So when you understand that in One Piece, there is going to be these philosophical questions that are bound to come up that will change the way you view all of One Piece. You can't sit here and say, well, One Piece supports this or One Piece supports that. It doesn't, because at the end of the day, it's philosophy. It's philosophical. It's making you question what the true actions are. And Oda has this beautiful way of actually making you sit there and wonder, hey, yeah, I said it this way this time, but here's it in reverse. What do you think is right? Because a good example of this is actually Oda loves not parallels, but yeah, parallels. He loves taking past stories and then flipping them around. So the like a parallel. No, it's not parallel. I can't remember what the actual terminology is. But a good example of this is both Dressrosa and Alabasta, where they are practically the exact same story. Just Luffy gets to those areas at different points in time. Where Alabasta is very simple. Okay, you got a warlord of the sea trying to take over a country to turn into a warring country and like control it all. That's Alabasta. Warlord trying to take over a country and to plant the leaders. Dressrosa is a warlord that took over a country and supplanted the leaders. He did take over the country. So you see, you have Luffy approaching the same story just at different points in the story. So then you see like the parallels, the differences. You see like how they could have worked out if Luffy didn't get to Alabasta in time versus Luffy potentially getting to Dressrosa before Doflamingo did what he did. You see those differences right there. And those are examples of things that Oda really loves to do, like the parallels, the contradictions, the ability to show like the same story just from a different perspective. That's something that Oda really loves to tackle, and it really does make you sit down and think, okay, what's the correct path? What did we do this right? Did we do this wrong? I don't know. Because that's a beautiful thing that Oda's story is. It's all about perspective. Because again, even in One Piece, guys, the stories you're seeing, Luffy is the hero. To the whole of the One Piece world, Luffy's a villain. And to the whole of the One Piece world, the world government is the heroes. Because outside of the few, actually like the top of the ranks of the world government is corrupt. When you actually start looking at like the grand order of like the world government, again, the world government is loved by the people. Pirates are hated because there are more bad pirates than there are good pirates. And there are more good Marines than there are bad Marines. So when you realize that in the story, and again, I'm lagging out. Fuck my computer. Fuck what's going on right now. But when you realize that and you start taking that into account, oh yeah, perspective is important here. It kind of starts shifting up how you view the world of One Piece. There's a lot more people that have the ideals of Garp than there are the people that have the ideals of Axe Hand Morgan. Stan Lee made good superhero comic stories. Yes. But that's the thing, there's stories. Yes, there's philosophy mixed in. There's questions, things that test your morals and make you think, hey, maybe I've been looking at this all wrong. There's always that's put into a story here or there, but that doesn't make it political. They might tackle a political theme, but that doesn't make it political. That means that you are going to be there tested and questioned, and makes you use your brain, use your noodle. What was actually the correct move here? Maybe it was this, maybe it was that. You don't know. And when you do get like a proper political thriller, a proper thing that's talking about actual real world politics, they present both sides equally so that you can straw man both sides, and then they might not ever come to the correct answer. It might be something well out there, real philosophical discussion there, but it lets you come up with what the correct answer was. That's when you get true philosophical storytelling that makes you really wonder, really question your life and your worldview. But these tourists don't like that. They don't like the nuance of storytelling. They don't like the creativity that it brings to the table. And they don't like it when you are sitting there wondering what the correct answer in life is. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. I'm sitting here. Okay. So I got the Rima video, and I've been putting off the Rima video. It is 1:13 a.m. right now where I am. I've been streaming now for almost 2 hours. The Rima video is about 40 minutes long. Do I tackle it tonight, or do I save it for later? Or how about this? How about if I do this from now on? Actually, I have an idea. Because I've been teasing this Rima video. I have an idea. I have an idea right now, because I know there's another Rima video I need to get caught up on. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to make a folder. Okay? And on Saturdays, we're going to start earlier. That way we can do React Day. That way I can bring up this video from Rima. I can bring up another video from somebody else. And we can do a React Day. That way we can have a proper amount of time to react. I'm not sitting here passing out in my chair. And we can do everything fully alert and fully erect. Okay? And I said that the way I said it for a reason. So I think I'm going to start actually doing that. Bring back React Days on Saturdays. That way we can do a proper thing, because I'm here for it, but I can wait if you are not down for it. RIP. Listen, I would love to play 14 right now, but 14 is undergoing 14 is currently undergoing maintenance right now, so I won't be able to play 14 until tomorrow night anyways, which sucks. But at the same time, if you guys weren't here yesterday, I got my Phoenix mount. So there's that. I finally got all my burbs. I did Thornton so many times that I now hate that dude. And when Weasel finally gets to Thornton, I'll help him. Don't get me wrong. I'll help Weasel with Thornton. But I'm gonna go in there with a raging hate boner. Thornton went from being the coolest fucking fight to being the fight that I hate. I hate him. I hate him so much. We have some problems with video games. I did talk about Ghost of Yote before you showed up as attack, but I will say two things. One, obviously next week, I'm going to double check everything before I do it. Next week, the 16th and 17th, I will be playing Pokemon Z to A. I will be playing it, or is it A to Z? One of the two. Anyways, I will be playing it. Again, I'm glitching up. This is another reason why I'm thinking of just ending the stream a little earlier so I can properly shut down my PC and see if that might help out with the glitching. There might also be another fucking update, because fuck OBS. It always has to update. But I will be playing the new Pokemon game that's coming out. Simultaneously, I'm really thinking of getting the Digimon game. I'm really thinking of picking up that Digimon game because I think it might be a fun game. I think it might be extremely entertaining, and it might be something to actually like play and do on stream. So just a change of pace, because Pokemon will take, depending on how I do it, I might be able to beat Pokemon in 3 days. I might. Might is that keyword there. I'm not going to promise either way. And a lot of the side content I'll probably do off stream in my free time. But Pokemon might take me 3 days to beat, maybe a little bit more if I do it all weekend. When it comes to the Digimon game, that might be a game for me to sit down and actually like play. While I could do like a bounce between Final Fantasy and that game. Because Final Fantasy ain't going anywhere anytime soon. But it would be a good idea to try to bring something else into the table just so I could have a game that, like tonight, if I wanted to play a game, all I have is Final Fantasy right now. The other games I could play, like if I downloaded Sonic, I could play Sonic Adventures 2. Red Dead 1 I could download, but that'll have to wait a while. So it probably is a smart idea after I finish like Pokemon, having another game on standby, just so it's not just Final Fantasy 14 over here. We can have something else that we can interject in. Then on the spooky week, the last week of October, Halloween week, I'm debating buying a horror game to play. It might be Alien Isolation. Sorry about that. It might be Alien Isolation that I buy to play. And I hate horror games. So that might be a special week in which I just play horror games that entire week. Yay! I'm thinking. I might workshop it, play it around in my head, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, guys, I'm also exhausted because I did work today. I might call it a night here. We will come back. I'm gonna save the Rima. I'm gonna save React Night to React Night. Reacts are now Saturday, so we'll do that then. Dragon Age the Veil card. That game seems spooky enough. I mean, probably. Not gonna lie, that's probably good. Alien Isolation and Resident Evil 7 are good scary games. I don't really find Resident Evil games scary, and it's mainly because like I know over a course of time it won't be that terrifying anymore. So I don't really find them scary. Alien Isolation I find terrifying because claustrophobia, the AI adapts and it changes up. So like all that stuff mixed together, I don't know how well I'm going to do on that. I think I'd probably shit myself. I think I would shit myself. Plus, it's not as dark as when I played, what was it? Oh, what was the game that I played? Yeah, what was the name of it? I have both of them. Outlast. It's not as scary as Outlast. But Alien Isolation, that I'm not claustrophobic. But that game has a way, I can't even watch people play that game. That's how scary that game is to me. It plays on those like little emotions, those little fears that you have. Shitting myself is stream content gold, probably? Yeah. Play it with lights turned off? Oh, I will. I'll play it with the lights turned off. Like, if I turn off the lights, what I'll do for, like, Alien Isolation or something, I'll turn off, like, the background lights. I'll turn off, these lights. And I'll play it like this. I might even turn off my background. I'll turn off the TV. But I would play it like this. Now I need to struggle to find what the lights... I'm glitching again. So I'd play it properly, don't get me wrong, like I did with with Outlast. And that might be a full horror week. I might start that on the 20th. If I do this, let me see. I could do this. I could start it on the 25th and go all the way down to the 31st. I'll even throw in the first. If I play it every night that week, even on the 1st on Saturday, I could probably do that. Too spooky. I'd probably shit myself, but it'd be funny. So I'm gonna workshop this idea. I'm thinking of doing it. Because I don't play a whole lot of spooky games, but that's one to do it. That or Dead Space 2. Dead Space 1, not Dead Space 2. I don't have a problem with Dead Space 2. Dead Space 1, though, oh, God, no. Again, it's that claustrophobia. That's what starts getting me. Dead Space 2, I don't know what it was. I was fine in Dead Space 2. Just don't dress up as Barney the dinosaur. I'm not going to do that. I was thinking more like Slowpoke. I'm kidding. Play it on VR. I'm not playing it on VR. I don't have a VR setup. 2, you'd have to pay a lot of money to convince me to do that on VR. You'd have to pay a lot of money to convince me to do any horror game in VR. We're talking like when I was raising money for Vegas, I raised about $2,000. Pants would be shat, yes. In order to get me to play Alien Isolation in VR, 1, I need to get the setup, but 2, alone, I would need a grand total of $5,000 to convince me to play Alien Isolation VR. If you want me to play Alien Isolation VR, that might be a mega stretch goal. I'd need $5,000. I'm putting it that high because the amount of terror that I would feel. I don't know if I could do it. You respect it? Maybe I can play around with the price and we could bring it down a little bit, but I'd like it would be in the grands. Like this is not like hey, here's a couple $100, play Alien Isolation VR. Nah, this is gonna have to be like you want me to play Alien Isolation in VR, this is gonna have to be like a couple grand. Because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I'd have to set up the whole like rig system and everything like that. So there's that as well. But at the same time, I don't want to do it. I don't. So on that note, I think I'm going to start wrapping it up. What is this? What the fuck? I have no idea. Is this all of Emon's evolutions? Ooh, it is. It is. How about enough to purchase a 1993 Toyota Tercel? Maybe. How much is that? 1993 Toyota. Let me see, how much is that? That's $700. Here. Because I'm looking at the price. Okay. $700 to $1,300. I will play Alien Isolation VR for $2,000. If I get $2,000, and I'll say, hey, for a period of time, you know what? I'll be generous for it. Obviously not several months. It has to be like, hey, during this period of time, if we raise that $2,000, I'll do it. But if we hit $2,000 on I'll have to work out like a time frame because it doesn't feel fair to start it now. It might not be for spooky month, but if I set up a proper time frame and I go $2,000, I would do it. Okay, if I need to set up like a proper time frame, like, hey, this is during this month, we'll get it. Get the next payout, I'll do it. I'll buy the stuff that I need to do it. Let me work this out. I'll figure this out, but it's gonna be $2,000 in order for me to even think about doing this. So I'm gonna workshop this with the guys and see how this works out. But I was looking at something else. I'm curious about something. Digimon. The new Digimon game. Store. Do you get a Digimon or are you a Digimon? Because I was watching people play it. Or watching things about it. I just want the trailer. I want to check out this trailer real quick. We'll watch it together because this is the Digimon game I'm thinking about. This is the Digimon game, which I don't know anything really about. I heard some play, but don't know how it plays, and I'm sitting here going like, can I pick my Digimon partner? Because if so, I want a Vmon.
The Titans have of late begun making incursions into every corner of our digital world. Iliad.
Titans? What?
Mon's peace has been restored to this digital world and the people of Iliad. I should be able to open the gate. If you wish to open the gate, you must aid in the efforts of the Great Guardian, your Aegeomon.
Wait, do you become Aegeomon? I'm confused.
I'd be sticking with him no matter what.
So do you play as the Digimon?
That's what we promised back on that starry night in Shinjuku. You were the one who found me in the underground below Shinjuku. That wasn't a coincidence. We've come someplace very...
So you play as the Digimon, I see, but you do get like a Digimon team. So you do get to pick up Digimon as you go.
Very far away. A different world and a different time, too. I'll always keep protecting you and watching over you. Like the stars in the night sky.
I am aware that there are others.
Ooh, we finally get to see him as a Digimon again. I haven't seen him since... God, what was that? What was the show that had him in it? It was after Digimon... It wasn't Tamers. Shit, Tamers is 3. This was the 5th series that put him as like the starting big bad, but he wasn't really the big bad. This has been forever since I saw this guy around.
Like yourselves, who are capable of coexisting with Digimon.
I realize that life has done nothing but take. And you know who's behind all of it?
Devimon.
Digimon. It's dangerous. Too dangerous. That is a domain we cannot easily tread upon.
Pegasusmon.
Inori Misono and Aegeomon. The most plausible source.
Digimon Data Squad, that's what it was. It's been forever since I saw that.
Source of the anomaly.
Ooh.
From this moment forward, they're to be recognized as Class A anomalies. Go at once and eliminate Aegeomon, along with Inori Misono.
Ooh.
The natural laws of the world have already begun to break down. Seek comrades willing to face destiny beside you. The time of the world's end draws near. When all the clock's lamps are...
Oh shit, Apollomon's back. Apollomon, and I cannot remember her name. She's Lunamon, but she came in the same game that Apollomon was released in. I did play that game back when it first came out. I loved that game, and I had the Sun variant so I could get Apollomon, not her.
When all the clock's lamps are lit, the truth shall be revealed. A story about the natural laws of the world is about to begin.
Now I'm just curious, because I haven't watched gameplay of this. Agumon Black, Gabumon Black? Ooh. I obviously can't get these. Ultimate Edition. No, not doing it. Not gonna do it, but I do want it. I do want it. My question is to this game, do you get to create your own like Digimon team? Like, do you get to end up getting, hey, instead of this Digimon that they have for me, can I get, you know, Apollomon as the main guy that I use? Can I get Vmon and the entirety of Vmon's digital line? Not the one that they show in the show, you know, like X Vmon and listen, Palidramon is cool and everything, but I prefer the proper Vmon evolution line, from Vmon to Vidramon to Aero Vidramon, and then finally get the proper, like, what was it again? The proper Vmon Digivolution. Vmon Evolution. I can't spell. Old Force Vidramon to yeah. Let me open this up then. This is the line I prefer. This is the line I prefer. Because this one, you also need Stingmon to get Palindramon, to get Impildramon and Impildramon fighting mode and all this stuff. You need Stingmon, which Stingmon's cool, don't get me wrong. I prefer the Vidramon. I prefer the Vidramon line. You know, Old Force Vidramon Future Mode. This is the line that I prefer. Always been the one that I prefer. Vidramon is, I think, cooler than Agumon and all that. I love Vidramon. Guilmon's also up there. Don't get me wrong. Guilmon's also pretty cool, but I prefer Vidramon. 450 Digimon. How much is the game again? $70. I might be buying it this weekend. I might. Don't quote me on that. I might. Shut up. Anyways, though, guys, thank you for hanging out tonight. I'm gonna start wrapping it up because I need to go to the bathroom and I still need to get some stuff done. So I need to start wrapping it up for the night. Wrap it before I tap it. What is this? Oh, I hate it when they do this shit. I hate it when they do all this crazy shit and it makes it nearly impossible to figure out what's what. I want a proper digital Digiline. But on that note, guys, I need to start wrapping it up. I need to start, you know, heading to bed for the night. Oh, I can get Vmon. I could get the Vmon line. Fuck you all. I'm getting this game, but I already got Pokemon's first, but then this game, because I can get the Vmon line. I'm good. I'm ready. Anyways, though, guys, thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you all for spending time and doing all this stuff. Be back hopefully tomorrow night. Okay, I will say, and I hate that I have to say this, there is a chance I won't be streaming tomorrow night. Chance. I don't know yet. Not tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Scratch that. Never mind. I fucked up. We'll be back tomorrow night. Wednesday night, there's a chance I won't be streaming. Obviously, I don't stream on Thursdays now, primarily because I have to get up at 8 a.m. Fridays. But there's a chance I won't be streaming Wednesday night, and that's only because I might have a mandatory meeting at 7 a.m. when I don't work till noon. So I don't know if I'm going to be streaming yet or not. I have to get some clarification tomorrow what's going to be going on there, because if they're expecting me to come back here at 7 a.m. just to go home for another 3 hours, well, 2 hours, no, yeah, 3 hours, they can miss me with that shit. They can miss me with that bullshit. Actually, no, yeah, 4 hours. They could miss me with that bullshit. I need to know, do I need to be in there at 7 a.m. or are they going to do something different at a later time when I first start showing up? Because if they are doing something at a later time, easier for me to get in and out. That will change up my entire prospect. But I might have a meeting early fucking Thursday morning. So there's a chance I won't be streaming Wednesday night. So I will let you guys know about that tomorrow. But in the meantime, guys, you all have a lovely night, have a lovely day, and have a lovely time wherever it is that you are. And I saw that I lagged up. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm going to properly shut this down and see if that fixes it. But until next time, guys, take care. And always remember, cash is a big old thing.